Let's discuss about the hard water and soft water. So you are going to come across with this term hard water and soft water in your daily home. So let's take the definition here. What do you mean by the hard water? The hard water means it is the water. It is going to be having some kinds of some salts, that is called calcium and magnesium salts in the form of the bicarbonates. Bicarbonates means you should write like this, like CO3 form. This is called bicarbonates, and this bicarbonates compounds which is going to be attracted towards the metals, that is called metal carbonates, metal bicarbonates. And chlorides means Cl form, right? Sulfates, SO4. So in the water, hard water means the presence of the salts of the that is called calcium and magnesium salts of the bicarbonates, chlorides, sulfates in water. That type of water is going to be called as the hard water. And when these salts, when they are going to dissolve in the water, they should not produce the foam, right? They should not produce the foam because of this hardness. That doesn't give the, because they are called as the hard. So let's take examples. So calcium bicarbonate, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, magnesium bicarbonate, magnesium sulfate. So these are the presence of these carbonates, chlorides and sulfates, which makes the water very hard. What about the soft water? It's opposite to the hard water. It tells that they are free from the soluble salts of the calcium and magnesium ions. So when these soft water dissolved in the water, that gives the foam because of its softness. So what causes of the hardness? So we are discussing about the hard water, right? So what makes them hardness? So because of the reason that is called presence of the magnesium carbonate, calcium carbonate, magnesium chloride. So because of these presence of these bicarbonates, chlorides and sulfates, that makes it very hard here. And here also in the causes of this hardness, we are going to discuss about the two types of the hardness we are going to discuss here. So one is called temporary. One is called temporary hardness. Second one is called permanent hardness. Permanent hardness. So before going to discuss about these hardness, so let's brief discuss about that is called difference between the hard water and soft water. Let's take here. So that is called hard water, and here I am going to take the soft water. So what are the difference you are going to find out here? So let's take difference here. Hard water. First, hard water means it is going to be having the presence of some salts of the calcium. There is a presence of the salts of the calcium and magnesium salts of there. What about the soft water? They are free from the salt, right? They are free from the salt. This is the first difference we are going to find out in the hard water as well as the soft water. So they are capable of the drinking, but they are not. These are the not capable of drinking, but soft water is capable of the drinking, right? So second point, capable of drinking. This is called not capable of drinking. And when these hard water when dissolved in the water, they should not produce the foam, right? Now we call one word that is called lather. So which does not produce lather. Right? Lather means foam, right? So that does not produce lather, but out of the soft water, due to this softness, they produce the lather. So this hard water is not going to be used for the drinking purpose as well as the washing purposes, but this water can be used for the drinking purpose as well as the washing purpose. Let's take the example for the hard water, that is called seawater, right? Seawater is the best example for this is hard water. Out of the soft water means rainwater or distilled water, you are going to tell them. So these are the difference between the hard water and the soft water. So we know that the hardness, what is the cause of the hardness? That is called presence of the carbonates, sulfates, chlorides, right? So in that one we are going to find the two types. One is called temporary hardness and another is called permanent hardness. So let's discuss about the temporary hardness. As the name indicates, temporary means that is not permanent, right? So let's take the definition here. When hardness of the water is due to the presence of the bicarbonate, obviously bicarbonates of magnesium and calcium, so it is going to be easily removed by the simply boiling the hard water. So this is a simple method. So that's why the name is indicated as a temporary. It is not a permanent. So how we are going to remove this hardness? By the boiling the these hard water. So let's take this one. So simple reactions. You know this one, bicarbonates of the magnesium and calcium. First I take the calcium bicarbonate. So this calcium carbonate, when you boiling this one, on boiling what happens? The calcium carbonate which is going to be formed here. So below this down arrow mark it tells that the precipitation form. What I am going to remove here? Calcium carbonate. So next I am going to remove the water molecules as well as the carbon dioxide. Dioxide is the gas. These hot water, when I am going to start the boiling, what happens? So after the boiling, these precipitate will be coming out here. So in order to get this purified, so I am going to take the filtration procedure. Filtration. After the filtration, what happens? This will be we are going to remove easily because it is precipitate at the lower side that is going to be present here, that we can be removed by the filtration. So the filtrate we are going to put as the soft water here. Let's take this is magnesium carbonate also same. This magnesium bicarbonate. This is also on boiling which is going to be formed the precipitate that is called magnesium carbonate along with water. So this we are going to put as the soft water and carbon dioxide which is going to be avoided here, because when you start the boiling the effervescence, brisk effervescence will be coming out, that is called carbon dioxide, and precipitate will be left out and water is going to be purified. And one more method is there, so that method we are going to call as the Clark's method. That is called, this is also very important. This is called Clark's method. So in this case of the Clark method, the name is, scientist name is called Clark. He is going to do that one. So this hard water which is going to be treated with the only the limited amount of the lime. Lime means calcium hydroxide. So he is going to take this calcium bicarbonate here, and this calcium bicarbonate which is going to, he is going to treat it with only limited amount of the lime. Lime means calcium hydroxide he is going to use here. So what happens here? We are going to obtain the soft water first, and we are going to remove the compounds that is called calcium carbonate. 2 times of the calcium carbonate. Everything is balanced right now. Let's see here, 1 calcium. So here we got 2 calcium will be there. CO3 2 times will be there. So we got 2 times CO3. Let's check out the hydrogen. Here 2 hydrogen and here 2 hydrogen. That is becomes 4 hydrogen, right? So now everything is going to be balanced here. Similarly, so we are also going to take the magnesium bicarbonate. This magnesium bicarbonate which is going to be treated with the once again lime, that is called calcium hydroxide. Here we are going to take the 1:2 ratio. So we are going to obtain the same calcium carbonate along with magnesium hydroxide we are going to obtain here, because this hydroxide 2 calcium and carbon which is going to form here, left out with the hydroxide. That hydroxide will come and attach with the magnesium, that we are going to obtain the magnesium hydroxide and along with the water molecules. Along with the water molecules. It is called the 2 molecules of the water. So this I am going to show the downward arrow mark. So here also I am going to show the downward arrow mark. This downward arrow mark indicates that the precipitate which are going to be settled at the bottom of the container. So this is about the Clark's method. So in this method, so we are going to remove the hardness of the water by using these one methods. So that is called Clark's method is very important. One of the important method to obtain the pure water or soft water. Let's discuss about the permanent hardness. So here it is due to the presence of the soluble salts of the magnesium and calcium in the form of chlorides and sulfate in the water. So that is called calcium sulfate, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate. So these are makes the water as the hardness. So here the permanent hardness is not removed by the boiling. So we have seen in the temporary method, right? So in the temporary by boiling this water or by boiling the water we are going to obtain the soft water. But in this case it is not going to be possible. So only we are going to make it as a soft water. Some of the methods we are going to use here. So let's discuss about the first one, that is called treatment with the washing soda. That is called treatment with washing soda. Treatment with washing soda. You should know the washing soda formula, right? Washing soda is nothing but the Na2CO3. So now I am going to use this washing soda with these salts. That is called, now I am going to take the calcium chloride, because this is called insoluble. That is called soluble salts of the calcium here. So this makes the water as a permanent hardness here. So this calcium chloride, which is going to be treated with the sodium carbonate here, that is called Na2CO3. You should know this formula. What is the washing soda formula is? That is chemical formula should be Na2CO3. So when this Na2CO3 is going to be treated with the calcium chloride, so that is called metal carbonate is going to be obtained. That is called here metal. That is called calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is going to be obtained, and here Na2, 2Na will be there and 2Cl will be there. That is going to form the 2NaCl. So like this we are going to make the we are going to remove the, that is called permanent hardness. Let's take another salt, that is called magnesium chloride here. Magnesium chloride, I am going to take it with the washing soda Na2CO3. We are going to obtain the, once again, magnesium carbonate along with 2NaCl. So here this carbonate indicates that the precipitate, once again that indicates the precipitate. Let's take few more compounds, that is called magnesium sulfate here, MgSO4 magnesium sulfate, and it is going to be treated with the sodium carbonate. What happens here? Na2CO3 washing soda. So once again that is formed as the magnesium carbonate, that is called precipitate is going to form here, left out with the Na2SO4, that is called sodium sulfate. So this is the first treatment, we are going to see that one. So how to remove the permanent hardness from the water. Let's discuss about the second method, how to remove this hardness. That is called Calgon's method. So second method is called Calgon's method. The Calgon's method indicates that the that is called one compound. Its name is called sodium hexametaphosphate. Its name is called sodium hexametaphosphate. We are going to call it as the Calgon's. So let's treat with the some compounds that we know this one, calcium, that is called calcium chloride, because of this salt which is going to mix the permanent hardness. So in order to remove this permanent hardness, we are going to treat this compound, our salt, that is hardness salt, with this sodium hexametaphosphate or Calgon's. What happens here? Let's discuss here. Na6P6O18. So here it is going to be forming a soluble complex. Soluble complex means, now I am going to write as Na2. So inside the bracket, instead of this Na, I am going to take this calcium Ca2. This is called complex. Ca2 remaining will be as it is P6O18 plus. So here, so I am going to take it as same as this compound. So instead of this Na6, I am going to take this as 2Na, that I am going to take the outside the bracket, Na2. Inside the bracket, I am going to add this calcium, because how many calcium is there? 2 atoms will be there. So these 2 calcium atoms remaining with the, so that is called metaphosphate will be there as it is. Plus what I am remaining is, so out of 6, 2 I am going to use. What is the remaining? 4Na. Along with how many Cl will be there? Here 2Cl and 2Cl. That is called 2 to the 4Cl. So like this we are going to obtain the soluble complex. This is called soluble complex. So let's take one more example, that is called magnesium sulfate. We are going to use this magnesium sulfate with the, so that is called Calgon's. That name is called sodium hexametaphosphate, which is going to be treated here. So once again same method, I am going to treat as 2Na, Na2 I am going to take it as outside, and inside the bracket we are going to introduce in the Mg2P6O18. So this is called soluble complex. So what is the left out here? So out of Na2, that I am going to write as like this, Na2, 2Na2 sulfate. So now everything is balanced out. Let's check here. 2 magnesium and 2 sulfate, here 2 sulfate will be there, and here 6 sodium, here 2 sodium, and 2 to the 4, total 6 sodium will be there. And this is this thing I am not going to be disturb anything here, that is called metaphosphate here. So this I am going to take it as it is. So this method we are going to obtain the soft water. This is called Calget's method. Let's take the last method, that is called third one. So that we are going to call it as the zeolite. It is called geo. So zeolite is the formula. They are going to be represented as like this: Na2Ze. So this is called the hydrated form of the some aluminum silicates, that they are going to represent as like this Na2Ze here. So what happens here? So this zeolite, which is going to be having the ions, which ions will be there? So sodium ions will be there. So it is going to be exchange their own ions along with the some cations like calcium and magnesium. This is going to be exchange their ions. This is also called as the ion exchange method. So because this sodium which is going to be replaced by this calcium or magnesium, that's why it is also called as the ion exchange method, or this is called the zeolites. When hard water which is going to be treated with the zeolite, so the exchange of the ions takes place in order to remove the hardness. So let's take a simple example, that is called calcium chloride. Now I am going to treat this calcium chloride with the zeolite, that is called Na2Ze. Here what happens? Exchange of the ions will take place. So in the place of sodium, calcium will come here, and this will be as it is, will be there, plus 2Na and 2Cl, that forms the 2NaCl. So like this, let's take simple example one more, that is called magnesium chloride. So this is going to be treated with the zeolites. So here we are going to obtain the same. In the place of sodium metal, we are going to obtain the magnesium, and here we are going to remove the 2NaCl. So this is called zeolites method. In this zeolite methods, we are going to remove the permanent hardness of the water.